And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending time with us. America 250, big week this week, celebrating America 250. And so proud to be an American, Thomas, aren't you? Thomas King joining me.
Absolutely love America.
Florida Firearms Academy in the house, TK in the house, FFAtampa.com. What are we going to talk about today, my friend?
We got all kinds of things. What, the new laws coming up, what's going on, some cool things for taxes. All kinds of great things you're going to want to know, so stay tuned.
A lot of good stuff happening out there, man. I tell you, you've got the Supreme Court of the United States making some really good, positive, at least for conservatives, rulings. We'll talk about that. You also have Anna Paulina Luna here talking about these teen takeovers. Pretty crazy videos that you see surfacing online. You know, else is crazy videos you're seeing surface online. A lot of the folks from other countries coming to the United States, Thomas. You've seen those reaction videos. They're like, wow, this is amazing.
I know. I love that. Every city's like a different country.
Yeah, and the videos, and they go into like a Costco or a big box store, and they're like, wow, look at all this opportunity. Look what all I can purchase. And, you can buy like a gallon of mayonnaise if you want it.
They're all going for the ranch dressing right now.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Air conditioning. They're like, hey, wow, this is nice. You got air conditioning almost everywhere you go.
They said it's not like what we've been told.
Exactly.
Nothing like it. They want to live here.
We've been lied to.
I know, right?
Ron DeSantis always defending the great country and our great state like he always does. We'll talk about his new transparency bill, financial transparency bill that he's got. Also, Florida Doge update. This Florida county identified $678 million. They buried $678 million in wasteful spending. And we'll tell you a little bit more about which county that is. I bet you can guess. It's pretty close to where you're probably listening to our broadcast here. So we'll get into that. I'm Brandon Rimes. I'm your host, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Thomas King in the house as well, longtime friend of the show. He's our Second Amendment expert contributor, and we're going to talk with him about things happening in that space as well. Consumer Quarterback Show, always powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We got to sell some real estate to help generate these deals and the show. So we appreciate everybody supporting the program, supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show, and our real estate team at Keller Williams Realty, #1 real estate company in the world. 98% list price to sell price ratio. The average MLS agent's 92%. So we're getting you 6 points more on your real estate deals than the average realtor around here. So reach out to the show. We'd love to talk to you. Got a hot listing here, brand new listing, 4715 Bay Street Northeast. This is 223 in St. Petersburg, unit number 223. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,035 square feet. Winston Park, 55-plus community. 4th Street corridor in St. Pete, directly across from North Bay Trail. You got a second floor, 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit, unaffected by the hurricanes. Open floor plan, abundant lighting, some nice upgrades there. Beautiful property, 4715 Bay Street Northeast, number 223 in St. Pete. Check out this $1 million luxury listing we've got on Meander Cove. 2665 Meander Cove, Wesley Chapel, gated community, luxury home, Mediterranean Palace. Gorgeous property here up in Wesley Chapel. 4 bedrooms, 4 full bath, 2 half bath, almost 5,100 square feet of heated square space, square footage. You have just over a third of an acre lot, 4 bedrooms, 2 primary suites on each level of the home. Plenty of upgrades, updates. You got a movie room there, a true movie theater room. Large open spaces, natural lighting, upgraded lot, no neighbors on 2 sides of this property. 2665 Meander Cove, Wesley Chapel, luxury property from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can search the MLS there. You can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors online at consumerqb.com. Big Independence Day coming up, Thomas. We're excited. We got a big party at the house. We're going to have a private event. If anybody out there doesn't know about it yet, just reach out, let us know. But it's going to be a great time, man.
I love Independence Day. That's the one that gives me the goosebumps. You see everyone wearing the red, white, and blue, the fireworks going off. It's just America. It's all America.
That's right, baby. Yeah, what a country we have. And here we are celebrating 250 years of independence. We had a despot tyrant overseas trying to tax us. And, thank God for our forefathers that had all of the foresight to put together this great union, 3 separate branches, Christian, Judeo-Christian values that really made the greatest experiment in government. Because previously it had been a lot of kings and despots and,
right.
Just beheadings and but you look at our revolution and what it came out of it, the Liberty Bell. You've got the separation of powers with the 3 levers of government. You've got the absolute best country to live in. We just got to fight to keep it that way.
Right.
Because we got a lot of forces out there trying to take away our guns, trying to take away our rights, trying to pervert what a man and a woman are, what marriage is. I mean, we could go right on down the line, but we've got a great country here. We got to preserve it, Thomas.
If they just followed the Constitution because it was the greatest document ever written, we would be the greatest country all times because we're just 250 years young. We're still a baby. We're probably not even old enough to drink. There's countries out there that have been there forever. They have fallen apart. We just have to stick to our Constitution. We are the people. We are the power, not our government.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Amen. And God bless America. And, God bless all of our, folks out there that have morals, that have values, that believe that, feelings aren't necessarily the way to go. You hear that thing about, follow your heart, baby. Oh, follow your heart. No, you don't follow your heart. You don't follow your feelings. You follow values that are handed down. We live under monotheism, right? Ethical monotheism, as Dennis Prager teaches. Charlie Kirk talked about it. Essentially, we have a set of rules, and the playbook's pretty damn good. It's called the 10 Commandments. Don't steal, don't kill, or don't commit murder. Killing actually can be. That's one of the misconceptions in the Bible too. It's
they
not.
Changed it.
There's a certain type of kill, like if it's a just war or an invader comes into your home. So that type of kill is an actual. It's okay to do that, not murder, obviously.
Right, murder is bad. Kill, they do it all day long here. In the war, it's been ever since God was created, man, people have killed. The 3rd person on the planet was killed. So, so that's just how it all works. I mean, it's not thou shalt not murder.
Right.
Not
exactly.
kill.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's a great movie that came out too. Great. In some ways it's got a couple scenes in there, but it's called Vigilante Citizen. Pretty crazy story. If you haven't seen it, check that movie out. But it's about, getting, the judge that lets all the rapists loose or the murderers loose, these radical judges we're seeing. It's its own version of justice. So Vigilante Citizen is a movie that I would talk about.
And we're seeing that in today's society, though.
Yeah, exactly. Todd was saying something about down in Mexico there was modern day Batman. He tied
Mexican Batman.
Mexican Batman. Yeah.
He tied people up with duct tape.
He found people that stole a motorcycle and taped them to stop signs and stuff like that. Yeah.
They don't want you to do that, but that's what happens.
Yeah, we're not condoning it, but hey, look,
you push people too far,
they're getting pushed.
They're gonna stop it.
And it's typical. The police are making them to be the victim.
The bad guy. Right, exactly.
Taped up to the street lights.
Well, here's something that's happening right now: is this teen takeovers. Anna Paulina Luna has just recently came out, and I love this tweet. It says, "Teen takeovers resulting in minors getting shot are ending." She's contacted the Attorney General's office and FAFO in full effect. Thank you to the dummies who decided to use their social media to coordinate all your information is tracked. So we're going to catch these guys and, find out who the ringleaders are.
Yeah, no one wants that here. It takes away all the tourist safety. The families are upset about it. We have Clearwater Beach, one of the nicest beaches on the planet, and here you're going to do this. So the problem is loyalty is a luxury not everyone can afford, and that's because the parents aren't taking control and responsibility for their kids. And if they do that, these things won't happen.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. We've got some other stories, too, when you think about Supreme Court just handed down a few rulings this week. It's been pretty amazing to see. They expanded the power of President Trump to fire a lot of the deep state, drain the swamp. So that's what he's going to be able to do more freely. But also it had a ruling recently around the Supreme Court of the United States around gun rights and marijuana, didn't it?
Marijuana. So it was a 9-0 vote. It's unconstitutional to say that if you're going to do medical marijuana, you can't take away their rights to defend themselves. So it's all still black and white. They're going to have to fix this. But basically they're trying to say that you can be able to use marijuana and have a firearm. So once they get everything corrected, like our 4473s, when you come in to purchase a firearm, it says, do you use marijuana, basically. And if you click yes, it says, "Oh, sorry, you can't buy a gun." So
Yeah.
once the ATF and corrects all these things, or they change some of the laws, you will be able to do that.
Yeah, because I think even going back to the Native Americans, I mean, they used to smoke peace pipes, right?
I know. Well, you got people that drink every single day
Yeah.
and have firearms, and that's okay. And I think marijuana is probably a safer. It's not addictive, and you can't smoke yourself to where you pass out, right? So,
Yeah.
well, maybe you can. I don't know.
I don't know.
People today.
Who knows?
I don't know what kind of marijuana it is today because it don't smell anything like that what it used to when I was a little
That's
kid.
what
And
they
I'd
say.
smell people smoking it, but
It's a lot harder than it used to be, or a lot more.
yeah. So
potent.
some of the new laws that are so Trump does want to sign a national rights to carry across our whole country right here, which would be great. The reciprocity. So if I have a concealed weapon permit in Florida, I could go wherever I want. It's just kind of silly that you got to watch out for this state or don't go. What if you're traveling through 3 different states and the other one does let you? So you're going to go to jail for that? So it's kind of ridiculous.
How does that work, by the way? Let's say I've got family up in Massachusetts, for example. Let's say I wanted to board a plane. How would that work, or would I just not be able to take a firearm?
In Massachusetts, depending on Massachusetts laws, so you can travel on a plane with the firearm. You have to declare it and everything, but you got to check your online, your reciprocities, and when you can't carry. So
yeah,
every state is different. I wish they just make it the same thing across the board, so it's just easy, so everyone knows, so no one gets in trouble for something just silly that. We live in a free state here in Florida. Not everyone's as free as us. If everyone just does Florida, you're going to be all right, I think. So,
Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. I'm your host, Brandon BRimes. Check out ffatampa.com. Lots of great events over there. Florida Firearms Academy. He's a pillar in the community. I mean, if you follow his social, I mean, he's at one event or the other. This guy could be the local mayor. But does a lot of good for the community, too. A lot of charitable organizations, charitable giving. Thomas, what's new at Florida Firearms Academy?
So it's really neat that you asked that because we just won. People have told me for 10 years, sorry, there's no way you can win this award. It's just because of what you do. You're a great person. Everything you do is great. We just won Business of the Year award, a shooting range store and academy. So we're probably the first one ever in history to do this. Thank you. So it was pretty emotional for us. And just Friday, I just found out we won Best of the Bay for everyone voting on us. I don't know. I just got an email on that. I just was accepted into the leadership Pinellas. So I guess I'll be starting that pretty soon. So I did my interview with that. And I'm now with the police academy training with them. I have, I think, like 5 more weeks left with that. The other stuff that I just found out, I'm really excited. I can't actually say yet until everything's officially confirmed, but it's really huge. But we're really excited. And the one thing is, I had a meeting with our governor, Ron DeSantis, yesterday. He did his conference. He was doing his budget signing. Some of the cool things he talked about was police, you get a $5,000 sign-on bonus. He's done the raises for teachers. He's improved all the water here in Florida, improved the FDOT for all our interstate. You always see construction out there, but it is making it a bit better for us to travel. The Florida Reserve is at $18 billion. I don't think it's ever been that high before, so that's pretty amazing. The rainy day slush fund that they have set aside is $5 billion. So we have a hurricane.
Nice.
Absolutely outstanding. But the big thing I thought was really cool was tax-free on back-to-school stuff's coming back up. Baby supplies, tax-free. Hurricane windows, hurricane doors, tax-free. But starting in September to December, it's going to be tax-free on firearms and ammunition, baby.
Nice. Okay. So that's a nice way to go in there and take advantage of that. Florida Firearms are. What's the location there on just on Tampa Road there?
So we're at 13317 West Hillsborough Avenue, and that's in Tampa, next to West Chase, in between the flea market.
Yeah, that's a great location. Check them out. Check out this. Follow the socials too. He's always giving away different giveaways online and having these drawings. And you can win. I've actually won a couple times, so I know you could.
This lady just won yesterday. We gave away a Springfield 1911. I called her on. I wish I videotaped it because we're all standing. I said, "Are you sitting down?" Well, you're the winner of the 1911. She was screaming and cussing at. She says, "I'm in the vet's office." Oh no! But she's I'm gonna start to cry.
Oh,
so amazing.
That's great. I love that. So we got Thomas King in studio with us, Florida Firearms Academy, and I'm your host, Brandon BRimes. We're going to get into a couple more stories here. I wanted to get into some of the Florida Doge, what's happening there. Major cuts need to take place. Let's see if they do it. Also, we've got, don't forget, tell all your friends in celebration of the Florida, the America 250. Here in Florida, we have the opportunity to significantly reduce our property taxes. So you got to show up in November. Make sure you spread the word. Don't fall for the lies and the propaganda that these cities and these counties are putting together. You know, they've got their machine out there pushing against this vote. So make sure you vote yes to reduce and eventually eliminate property taxes. That's still the plan. Quick break, right back. More with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. Follow us online at Brandon Rimes 1 at CQB Show. Follow Florida Firearms Academy as well, FFATampa.com, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, Brandon Rimes here for my friend Captain Jimmy Hartley, owner of Salty Water Fishing Charters. You can find him online, saltywaterfishingcharters.com. He took me and my son out, and we caught some snooks, some redfish, some trout. Had a great time on the Tampa Bay waters. Reach out to the show, and we'll put you in touch with Captain Jimmy Hartley, saltywaterfishingcharters.com, 813-917-1894, 813-917-1894. I want to tell you about our employee benefits program. This is a really cool package that we offer for employers out there. Education, guidance, incentives. So a real estate benefit that you can add for no cost. Partner with companies of all sizes to provide valuable real estate education, exclusive employee incentives, and trusted guidance through every step of the buying, selling, or investing process. At no cost, we're going to empower your employees, strengthen your company, and build brighter futures for them. Educational seminars, first-time buyer support, employee incentives, luxury, upsize expertise, new construction, building, as well as investment opportunities. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. You can reach us at 813-917-1894. Check us out online at ConsumerQB.com. Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show. Thomas King in studio with us, Florida Firearms Academy. A couple of hot listings. We'll jump right back into it. We've got a listing here on Bahia Del Mar. This is a gorgeous listing. Absolutely beautiful condo. This is a first level, ground level floor condo. And you've got fully furnished opportunity right here in St. Petersburg. 6085 Bahia Del Mar Boulevard South, number 106. This thing's kicking off about $30,000 a year in cash flow, and you can rent it by the week. Ground floor, corner condo, right across the bridge you're in Pinellas County, Sugar Sand Beaches, Dolphin-filled waters, beautiful Pinellas County. 6085 Bahia Del Mar, number 106. Great opportunity to buy real estate here in Tampa Bay. 9901 Bay Drive, Gibsonton, another beautiful waterfront listing. You've got access to the Alafaya River. Your home is on the Alafaya River, that is. 135 feet of river frontage, extra space, gorgeous views, vaulted ceiling, natural lights, 3,500 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Gibsonton, Florida, 9901 Bay Drive. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
And yeah, I'm racing my class to those saving our ass overseas.
DK, I know you got a lot of veterans in there, former military guys, former police, sheriff's department. What's your message to our veterans right now out there in the community and active military and law enforcement?
So thanks for all you've done. We wouldn't be America. We'd probably be speaking German right now if it wasn't for you guys and eating bratwurst. So thank you for all your sacrifice. To all you gentlemen that put your lives on the line, including my father, thank you so much. And that's why we're having on July 23rd our members-only party at FFA. We're going to be able to eat, drink, everything's free. We're going to win guns. You're going to race monster trucks on the range. You're going to do all kinds of fun games. And then also we're going to do a time machine. We're going to go back to 1972 prices. So a box of 9mm ammo will be $4.99 a box. So
nice.
We're going to do some crazy stuff. It's going to be an outstanding time. So you have to RSVP at ffatampa.com.
Awesome, man. I love that. All the great parties and events you throw out there, community events. You support a lot of the great, a lot of the best, candidates out there as well. Introduced us to Josh Woolstall, county commissioner, and doing a lot of good stuff in the community, man. So real proud to say that you're a longtime friend of the Quarterback Show.
Thank
here.
You. You know, one thing I do, though, I actually do paintings and art. So I took some of my paintings to the gallery. They actually wanted to see them. They was there for like a month, and he called me just the other day. He said, I got some good news and bad news. I was like, well, what's the good news? And he said, hey, some guy came in. He was really interested in like all your paintings. He was really excited about it.
Yeah.
So he started talking to me. He said, but the weird thing was, he said, if the artist dies, do these go up in price?
Yep.
And I'm like, that's weird. He goes, I know. He said, yeah, usually 10 times so full. But he said, the good news is he bought all 15 of your paintings. He paid cash, $280,000 in cash for them. And I'm like, well, that's outstanding. You get 22%, right? He goes, yes, 22%. He said, but the bad news is the guy that purchased your paintings, he's your doctor.
Okay. He's your doctor. I love that.
Oh,
That's
no.
hilarious, dude. Yeah. I like that. That's good stuff, man. I love it, man. I want to end, not to come off of a high note here, but there's I want to call it loser of the week here. Revival Tattoo over in Pinellas County, Largo. Do not support this place. Not that I get tattoos, and if you want to do that, that's fine. But this guy, he's saying no veterans, no military are welcome in his operation. Revival Tattoo. Can you imagine coming out and just saying that? It's almost like some of these people that are getting elected to New York State Congress. Revival Tattoo in Largo, stay clear of it. Openly refusing service members, troops, and law enforcement, disrespecting the brave men and women of this that protect this country. Absolutely garbage. I can't believe that.
So what do you think produced that much hate into someone to not respect these people?
Yeah, it's got to be something in his family or in his lineage, one little thing that made him mad, upset him, somebody lost their pension, something along those lines where he feels slighted, right? I mean, to come out and be like that, I just don't understand how people can do that.
100%. I think he's just looking for a socialist country and that he doesn't know what it's really like.
A scapegoat. Yeah, it's almost like all these soccer fans from across the world coming over to America saying, wow, this is great. We've been lied to. What a great country you have. Amazing. They're playing volleyball on the beaches. They're riding bikes. They're out here, enjoying the sunshine.
It's easy to live in a socialist, communist country when it's a free country.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Thomas King. Find him online, ffatampa.com, ffatampa.com. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
My pleasure. Happy 4th.
All right, coming up, Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. We're going to talk about business loans. Did you know that the federal government has set aside up to $5 million for every small business owner out there? We're going to tell you more about it. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show Platinum MVP team. We got Andrew Kube joining us, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. We're going to talk about the SBA loans, the access to the funds that the government have set aside, up to $5 million for every small business owner. Really cool programs. And, you know, it kind of reminds me of why we started this show is these are things that people don't really understand they have access to. And there's so many misconceptions around those programs and misnomers and, you know, barriers in their mind that say, hey, I can't get that. I can't grow my business. I couldn't go out and buy more vehicles for my fleet. You know, I can't grow my business. You know, all these limiting beliefs that people have. But we're going to talk with Andrew Kube. He's going to help us kind of cut through a lot of the nonsense out there and figure out, you know, a strategy maybe that may help them, or someone, you know, maybe someone in your family, or someone may be looking to start a business if they've been, you know, maybe renting and doing it on a smaller scale. So U.S. Commercial Business Capital, Andrew Kube coming up here on the program. Heights Soft Wash, by the way, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay. Quick shout out to our friends at Heights Soft Wash right here in Tampa Bay. HeightsSoftWash.com, taking clean to new heights. Ramin is an awesome owner, does a great job with that business. And let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. HeightsSoftWash.com. Take them up on those special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings. We'll jump right into it with Andrew here. We feature our real estate properties on air. 4925 North, US Highway 441 in Ocala. This one is a hybrid, kind of a mixed property, mixed use. We've got a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath home, but you've also got acreage. You've got 5.3 acres that are zoned B4 commercial with frontage on North US Highway 441. So you've got business opportunities there, including retail, light manufacturing, automotive, storage. 4 bedrooms, 2.5-bath, 2236 square feet, 4925 North US Highway 441 in Ocala. That's horse country up there in beautiful Ocala, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Central Florida, and great opportunity as well. All right, let's take a look at 7154 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee. This is the Weeki Wachee Marina that we have listed up in, of course, Weeki Wachee, Florida. You're close to Crystal River there, home of the mermaids. Great opportunity to get into real estate if you are looking to buy a business. You've got an existing business here that you're going to have cash flow. You're going to have waterfront land. You've got almost 3/4 of an acre on the Weeki Wachee River. It's a multi-use property. Boat rentals, kayak rentals, paddleboard, dock space for commercial vessels. You also have a repair business there, established motor repair business. 7154 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee, Florida. Hey, you can see all of our listings and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show experts at consumerqb.com. All right, Andrew Kube, welcome back to the show, man.
Hey, Brandon, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Hey, thanks for the intro. About the SBA, got some exciting news for all the business owners out there. So you had mentioned the government had set aside $5 million for all of us, whether we wanted to start a business, buy a business, grow our existing business, or franchise. Well, at the end of last year, that changed to not $5 million per person, but $5 million per business. So now, if you have a business and you want to start another business, you would, you know, as of January, it switched to now it's $5 million per business. Well, on July the 4th, they're getting ready to make another change to the good, and now that $5 million is going to go to $10 million.
Wow.
Per business, and they're going to have $5 million for the SBA 504 loan, and then $5 million for the SBA 7A loan. And you know, both of those loans are a little bit different, but both of them will help you potentially buy real estate for your business, buy land to build something on, and potentially buy businesses and grow your business. So both programs you can utilize to buy real estate and get working capital, get equipment, vehicles, pay off high interest rate business debt on these loans. So there's a lot of advantages to each loan, but the exciting news is now we're going to have $10 million per business to be able to use to scale our businesses.
I love that, man. What a great opportunity we live in. Not only are we celebrating 250 years of the greatest country ever conceived and delivered for humankind, for mankind, we have this opportunity as business owners to really grow and build a business and grow. And you look at these folks coming over for the soccer games in the States, in the United States. There's all these videos hitting the internet there, TikTok or Instagram, wherever you look. But they just can't believe the opportunity we have, the big stores that you walk into with all the foods and, the outdoor activities, the beautiful scenery that we have. But we really live in paradise, and we also have this great opportunity to grow a business and to become wealthy. I mean, you look at Elon Musk with the first trillionaire status, right? So it's really the paradigm there between the limited thinking, the mindset of communists that you have overseas in some countries, and of course just in our southern hemisphere here, countries just below us, of limited opportunities and limited just opportunity that's just not existent. And then you have the complete opposite of that here in the United States. Can you give us a success story, Andrew? I know you've worked with a lot of businesses over the years. What are some of the success stories that you've seen that really outline that American entrepreneurial spirit?
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this the last time I was on the show, but here one recently that kind of touched me a little bit different. I had a lady that single mom, 2 kids. She was a hairstylist. She basically, her aunt died, who was like her mother, and she felt like at the funeral the funeral home didn't do a good job of portraying what her aunt looked like. She wasn't really happy at the open casket, and she said, "Well, you know what? This is a calling. Maybe I'll do an internship and I'll work at a funeral home." And she did an internship, and then she built it up to where she had a small space, no burial, but a small space where people could come in and have a funeral. So she started her own business kind of on her own. And she came to me a month ago, and now she's looking to buy a land closer to where all of her business is coming from, put a building on that land, and now she's got over 100 grave sites now that she can have on this land. Maybe it was 1,000. It was on up there to where now this lady at $5,000 or however how much a grave site is. It was like she started from nothing and just worked hard and built her way up, and now she's in a position to where I can help her use some of this SBA money for what it's for, and it's projection based. A lot of it is, So I tell these clients, listen, if you have a vision for your business, if you have a dream, you just don't think you can get there. Let me help you get there, because some people just think that they don't just know how to get there. And what we do is we not only help them find the cheapest money, which saves them the most interest over their lifetime, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in a lot of cases, in most cases, but we're helping them strategically set the loan up so they can get the money and create something for not only their family but for generations to come. So that's kind of the fun part about working with business owners. I like working with commercial investors as well, but and helping them find the cheapest money for their projects. But working with business owners, being a small business owner myself, and showing them how to use that money and how to scale and grow, and do it for the cheapest amount that they can do it based off the money that's on the market. That's what I get excited about. But yeah, that's a little bit about SBA, about what I do, and one of the recent success stories that I saw.
I love that. We're talking with Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. You can find him online at uscbcapital.com, uscbcapital.com. And Andrew, that's a great depiction of how a lot of small businesses are born, right? You see a need, you fill that niche, and you end up putting your effort, your energy, your agency toward growing that business. And it's something very fulfilling about that.
and a lot of business owners think when they think commercial real estate, I know before I got into commercial real estate, I thought that you had to put down 25, at least 20, 25, 30% to buy commercial real estate. Well, if you're a business owner out there, there's programs out there where you can buy, if you're leasing right now, you can buy commercial real estate for no money down and walk away with cash. So I'd love to explain to you how we can set that up where you can do that. And, the other thing, even if you don't qualify for, the purchase price that you need for no money down, let's say you qualify for $1.5 million no money down and you need to buy this property for $2.5 million. Well, in that situation, you're going to get back your 10% down payment in cash and money to help grow your business. So even in that situation, you're getting all your money back. And that's how we set it up. So the misconception that, hey, if I buy commercial real estate, I'm going to have to put a lot of money down, that's just not true. There's programs out there where you're putting no money down and walking away with cash to help grow your business, equipment, paying off high interest rate business deals, loans, walking away with vehicles, all kinds of different things that you can think of depending on the type of business that you are. And, you're talking about Elon Musk. That's how some of these people, they have money, but they use other people's money to grow their business. And that's the advantage of working with us is we're not only helping you find money, but we're putting these lenders against each other and helping you find the cheapest money. And what that means is the lowest down payments, lowest cost, lowest interest rate, and the best terms.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see some of the deals that Andrew's put together over the years. We've been working together. I've seen some really awesome deals where, people don't understand if you just walk into the local bank on the corner and expect them to give you the best possible deal, maybe you luck out from time to time, but I just don't think that's going to happen. You need someone like him that's going to be able to broker and shop and find you the best deal. And ultimately, that's what he's able to do. He's got relationships throughout the state of Florida and throughout the other states where he has access to the VPs of lending for some of these larger banks or even regional banks. And essentially, you're able to shop the best deal. And it's going to be depending on your credit score, your loan to value, the business type, a lot of different factors, right, Andrew?
And there's no upfront fees. Like, I don't charge for doing this. Basically, what I do is I help the clients find the cheapest money. We have a conversation with the bankers who have given us term sheets or the lenders. And then at that point, if the client wants to move forward and I've been of value to them, at that point, we'll move forward. So it's all just a fact-finding process at the beginning. But what you'll find is that I'm helping you save, again, hundreds, depending on the loan amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest over the life of the loan. So that's the advantage of working with someone like me.
Yeah, I love that. And so Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. I wanted to get your take on something as well. One of my favorite house reps that I see posting on social and having press releases is Representative Brandon Gill. I believe he's out of Texas. But he introduced a bill to restrict taxpayer-backed mortgages to United States citizens only. And what a novel idea, right? Let's protect our own citizens. But his post says that illegal immigration drove up your cost of living 30% of home price growth caused by illegal immigration. In case you don't remember, Biden, Harris opened up the southern border and allowed millions of people just to walk through unvetted, contributing to unprecedented levels of crime, unprecedented levels of human trafficking, unprecedented levels of disease, and other terrible, whatever you can imagine, rapes, all of these things happening. I mean, they were even eating ducks up in Minnesota, pulling ducks out of the state park or the city parks there. 20% of your rent growth caused by illegal immigration as well. So 30% on home prices and 20% of rent growth caused by illegal immigration. So as much as you have these people out there cheerleading what apparently seems to be, I'm leaving the GOP like Tucker and some of these others, and cheerleading the cause of, essentially, if you're not supporting the GOP, you're supporting the other side. You got to think back to what caused a lot of this. Are you seeing those types of things happening with businesses as well? Cost of businesses increasing, or are you seeing any kind of remnants of that more illegal immigration in your business at all, or is it mostly restricted to the single family homes or living criteria for
I haven't really seen that on the commercial side as much. I mean, I know with SBA now, you if you're an illegal immigrant at one time, you were allowed to go on the loan only at 49%. You had to have American citizen be at 51%. Now you can't even be on the loan. So that was one of the things. So they just gave more money to the actual citizens in that situation because they have a pile of money. Eventually it runs out, right? So that was one situation. But, I watched the news last night on the Great American Bill, and, it's interesting that there's actually some Republicans that are against it, which is more of a, Trump potentially didn't support them in their running or something.
The Save America Act, are you referring to?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, the Save America Act. Unbelievable that we just can't get that through. You've got Murkowski, you've got the Alaska, the Alaska peeps. You've got, I believe it's the Vermont or Maine rep, Maine, right? Susan Collins. You've got just a handful of losers and communists that are pretending to be, conservatives and that. But how can you not agree with having an ID to vote? And even the Supreme Court coming out saying that you can accept ballots the day after election or for weeks after election. I guess it's open to interpretation. We've got to figure this stuff out, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're the only country right now, where these states, even in third world countries, they know the day after the election. So we should be able to figure it out. And, hopefully we can get people's trust back in these elections, and that every vote counts and it's a fair election. And and I like the provisions. Some people can't make it, and they've set provisions in that to basically be able to. If you're going on vacation, if you're in a wheelchair, if you're sick, I mean, they have provisions. So it's not like all or nothing, but it definitely protects it protects the votes. So.
Yep. Final thought back to you, Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital.
Yeah, if you're a business owner out there looking to start a business, buy a business, grow your existing business or franchise, and you need money, whether it's with real estate or you're leasing and need a build out, we can help you do all that. And then if you're a commercial real estate investor out there looking to grow your portfolio, looking to refinance any property, let me help you save money by working these bankers down to help you get the lowest interest rate on your project.
Yeah, reach out to the show, 813-917-1894. We'd love to talk to you. We'll plug you right into a conversation with Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital, 813-917-1894. And we'd love to talk to you. Support the show. Support Andrew's company at uscbcapital.com and online at consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. Andrew, thank you so much. Have a wonderful
Thanks, Brandon. You too.
If we don't talk to you, man.
All right. Thanks, man.
Take care. All right, we're going to take a quick break, then we'll come back and talk more. I want to update you on Florida Doge. There's county, this fun county here in Florida, buried $678 million in waste. We'll tell you which county coming up next. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law.
Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at targetsurveying.net. For all of your surveying needs, land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, targetsurveying.net. That's targetsurveying.net.
Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team. I'll tell you what, you've got counties right here in our area, the Tri-County area of Tampa Bay. Let's start with Hillsborough County, and you talk about wasteful spending. And you know what's interesting is I have some of these folks that I talk to, and they want to defend this tooth and nail. Oh, well, what about these frivolous lawsuits, or what about this or that? But let's start with Governor DeSantis signing a bill to prevent property tax hikes and improve fiscal accountability. So the Florida legislature, of course, we have that vote in November. But Governor DeSantis also signed this bill here where essentially he's saying, look, this is called the Government Financial Transparency and Accountability Act. Under this law, cities and counties will be required to put their financial information online in a format that Floridians can easily review. The legislation also requires local officials to conduct a budget-cutting exercise to reduce the tentative budget by 10%. Now, do you think if there was Andrew Gillum as governor here in Florida, or just the next one that they're going to run, I think was it David Jolly, I think, Todd, the name? I think, they're going to run their next guy. Do you think they're going to be worried about cutting waste, fraud, and abuse? No, they're going to be enabling waste, fraud, and abuse. They're going to be enabling all these extra ballots for dead people so they can stuff the ballot boxes like we saw in Dinesh D'Souza's movie, 2,000 Mules, if you haven't seen that. Also, we've got wasteful spending going on. Dade County, Miami-Dade County, wasteful spending, $807 million, $361,000 since 2023. The next county we've got is Orange County. You got Orange County, $747,509 since 2020. Wasteful spending, Orange County. Palm Beach County, $1.2 billion wasteful spending since 2020. City of Jacksonville, $623,000 according to the FAFO audit. That's Fiscal Agency for Financial Oversight, or FAFO, if you don't know what that means. And then, so you got these counties that are just wasting money, and we've got a great governor that's going to be, looking to defend that and to protect us from these things like the genderbread person. You got a genderbread person down here in Broward County where they want you to learn about gender identity, gender queer, gender expression, all that kind of garbage. But we're not falling for it. We have Christian Judeo-Christian background, and that's our worldview. Our worldview is man and woman, common sense, the way it has been for over 3,000 years now. So we're not going to cave to that kind of crap. So vote to reduce property taxes in November. Spread the word. It can be done. It will be done. And we'll make it happen. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. And thanks so much for joining us on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Greatly appreciate everybody supporting the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Buying, selling, investing, refinancing. You need a financial advisor. You need a painting company. You need a home inspector. We got you. Just reach out. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com. You can find us online. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness and do something kind for one another. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.